Tonight's guest is a BAFTA-winning actor who's been lauded as one of the most exciting young British talents in Hollywood.
If you don't tell me where they are hiding, then I have no choice but to shoot you and your cat. Do you have any last requests?
Skills.
Oh my God. Will you tell us what the hell's going on?
Tell us what happened.
Bit me on my balls.
Let me see it. Kenny, let me see it.
I can't feel my bingo.
See that shit? That is your fault right there. Look at it. You don't talk, that's what happens. Look at it.
You choose with the joystick, see? You've got 10 seconds.
Don't worship him. He's the thief of destiny.
You've read Bandersnatch?
Jeremy Davis, visionary.
Wasn't he that bloke who went cuckoo and cut his wife's head off?
That is what people tend to focus on, yes.
Please welcome the brilliant Will Poulter! Pleasure. Here it is.
Sat on the news.
Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Not at all, man. Thank you. I'm a fan of the show, so it's cool to be here.
Well, I found this out because I didn't realise, but you used to come and watch Good News.
I did, yeah. So I'm one of your longest-term obsessive fans.
So why didn't you come and say hello?
I
could have been.
Well, the restraining order. There was that. And then you lifted it, so thank you. But no,
But it would have been. I could have been like your weird old mate.
It would have given me a lot of street cred, I got to say.
I could have got you booze, fags.
Well, yeah, I was a lot shorter those days, and
we'd have been the same height then. It would have been fine. But genuinely, thank you so much for coming on the show.
No, not at all.
Because I'm genuinely a huge fan, and you've been famous since you were like 13, but you don't seem like you've been corrupted by fame.
You know, I come from a family of medics, largely.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, nearly all my family are in kind of medicine and stuff. So I'm constantly reminded of the fact that my job is literally the least important in the context of my family and you know, in comparison to a lot of jobs out there. But they would set me straight if ever I kind of went in the wrong direction, I'd like to think.
Yes.
My whole family might think I'm wankers. I don't know.
I doubt they do. I think they're very proud, aren't they?
I hope so.
Did you consider becoming a medic?
My grades kind of decided that wasn't an option. For me, yeah. Academically, I didn't really click at school, and drama and kind of creative subjects are really the only things.
And were you just a natural? Because in Son of Rambo, you're 13 then?
Yeah, 12, 13, yeah.
And you're unbelievable. And did you know when you were doing it, you're like, I got the gift?
To be honest, no.
Right.
Only because I think I couldn't have had an easier task in the sense that it was about two young kids making a film during their summer holidays, and me and Bill Milner, who is genuinely fantastic in the movie, were two young kids making a film in their summer holidays. So the acting challenge...
When you put it like that, yeah.
Yeah. It was
pretty difficult to
didn't really do anything.
Yeah. I was going to ask you as well, because you seem to choose your films with real care. It's fair to say you could be in like kind of big sort of popcorny sort of blockbusters,
right.
But you seem to do quite artsy indie films. Why is that?
I don't know, in terms of picking roles, I've never tried to sort of discriminate according to genre or size or industry or where it takes place. I've just had a really kind of, you know, fortunate experience of working with some great directors and been able to learn a lot from them, you know.
Are you serious in the films you watch? Do you consume similar films, or do you have any... Like, I often think people that are in kind of like quite heavy films, do you just watch those, or do you like switch on like just popcorn crap?
My guilty pleasure, I love a dance movie.
Do you?
I absolutely love the Step Up movies.
The Step Up movies?
I just love them. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what they are. Explain.
I basically, so just your kind of really like sort of high octane, cheesy dance film.
Yeah.
And, you know, they've got, like, high-stakes battles in car parks, and you'd think that everyone's lives are on the line. Really, it's just who dances better, but I love it. I can't get enough of it.
Why do you think that is? Are you a dancer?
No, I think that's what it is. I think I'm just marveling at these people who are able to move their bodies in ways that I know I physically can't without breaking something. I think that's what it is.
And that's your guilty choice?
And that's my guilty pleasure, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love it.
There's a film I really like called Soccer Dog European Cup. Have you ever seen that?
No, but I think I'd love it.
You would?
Yeah.
There's a bit in it where a Labrador does an overhead kick.
Oh, I see.
And
I'm in.
I genuinely... And Beverly Hills Cop Chihuahua, seen that?
No, I haven't seen that
Again,
either.
a belter. There's a bit in it where one of the dogs brushes his teeth and he turns to the camera and goes, minty. So, you've worked with DiCaprio, Tom Hardy and Brad Pitt. That's pretty amazing. Do you never have that moment where you're like, fucking hell?
Yeah. No, inside I'm going, fucking hell!
Yeah.
But I have to pretend.
Of course, yeah.
That I'm like
Although,
professional.
I would like to see that in film. That'd be great. You've been really good and then you just look at us and go,
all to camera.
Yeah.
No, you know, that's crazy for me. Internally, I'm often freaking out.
Right.
And I'm having to kind of bottle, you know, a lot of that. I will say that my scene, my first scene shooting with Brad Pitt, I could not have made more of a pig's ear of it if I tried.
Why was that?
I just kept talking complete gibberish and I was so nervous. And I'm playing a US Marine and I had to kind of report to him. And I'd stand there and I'd like, you know, in my eyes, like nail the stance, whatever. And then I just go, and Brad Pitt was looking at me going, and I did several takes of and
What did you have to say?
it wasn't it was I can't even remember now, but it was quite a lot of military jargon that, you know, I'd memorized the hell out of the night before and was certain I was gonna deliver, and then I didn't. He said something that will stay with me forever. He just said, "Oh, no worries." He said, "We've only got to get one right," and I was like, "Thanks, Brad Pitt." And
Well, there we go. We only get one right, and he turned to the director, lose him.
Yeah, fire him. Yeah, kill him.
I mean, I guess that path leads us quite neatly into Balderdash. Balderdash? Bandersnatch. Have you... I mean, if that doesn't stay in, nothing does. Have you played Balderdash?
No.
It's a great game. But Bandersnatch, which is fantastic. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. I don't know if you have. If you haven't, could you explain it to our dear audience here?
Yeah, Bandersnatch is an interactive film that belongs to the kind of Black Mirror family, and it requires audience members and viewers to make choices to kind of direct the narrative. And the central narrative focuses on a young guy trying to develop a video game, and he's trying to base it on a multiple choice or choose your own adventure storybook. And it takes kind of many typically dark Black Mirror twists and turns.
It's brilliant. Have you, I don't know whether to say watched or played.
I don't either, to be honest.
Have you played all of it, do you think?
Yeah, I've kind of experienced, I suppose, 60-70% of it.
Right.
I particularly enjoy the narrative part so that I'm not in. It gives me an opportunity to just really enjoy it, whereas...
So is that what you do? Just anything with you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Kill me.
Kill it.
Yeah. Straight, yeah. First opportunity.
And I was going to ask you about this, because you came off of Twitter after Bandersnatch.
Yeah.
And why was that?
So, you know, in the statement, what I tried to do without kind of victimizing myself or indeed kind of pointing fingers at anyone in particular, I kind of wanted to make the point that this wasn't in relation to Bandersnatch at all, really, and on the contrary, really lucky in that the responses to Bandersnatch and Balderdash were overwhelmingly. I almost said it. Sorry. The response to Bandersnatch was kind of overwhelmingly positive, and I was really lucky in the sense that I don't think I've ever experienced so much warmth and positivity around anything that I'd ever done. Yeah. But unfortunately, such as the way with social media, there are just conversations that don't necessarily relate to the creative side of things, and that weren't necessary for me to kind of be witness to. Like anything we introduce into our lives, social media is something I think we've got to try and kind of understand in the context of our mental health and whether it's actually good for us.
Yeah.
And you know, if someone is excessively positive towards me, I don't carry an inflated sense of myself into the real world. And for the same reason, if someone's really abusive and negative towards me, I try not to allow it to affect my mental health, but it's hard. And
it's funny that, isn't it? That there's something about the human condition that people could say 1,000 nice things to you, and one person could say something nasty, and you go, they're right, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
If you are predisposed to that kind of, that swirl downwards, you have to just take a break.
100%. The way I look at it is like if social media is a kind of event or a party that everyone's invited to,
Yeah.
some of the stuff going on at that party is really fun, and people are treating each other nicely and they're having a good time. Some people are doing stuff at that party that you're not into, and it's totally okay to not go to the party. You can decline the invitation.
I like that. It's a lovely little metaphor. What are you doing instead of the party?
I'm actually really enjoying doing like very kind of offline-y stuff. So I got to about 25 and hadn't read any books that, you know, didn't include things that like popped out of it or anything like that. So I'm reading books with words in them, and some of them no pictures. So I'm finding
That being
reading
said,
really useful.
that caterpillar is hungry.
He is. He is. He's going to feed himself.
So you're 26 next week.
Yes.
What you got planned?
I'm so not wild. I literally think I'm just going for lunch with my family.
Do you know what you need?
What's that?
Weird old mate. You and me, motorbike sidecar.
Amazing.
See how many flies you can catch in your teeth. This is living. When I was 26, I'd just been on TV for the first time, and I bought a big sofa. What's been your most extravagant purchase?
I'm kind of I've got a weird sort of shoe fetish.
Have you?
Maybe I don't use that word.
How many pairs you got?
I've got probably upwards of 50, I would
you?
say. Which is not like, I mean, that's not sort of
That's
too worrying, but arguably quite worrying. I mean, I think it's just weird, the fact that, like, I have as many shoes as I have. And trying to be a little bit less obsessive and spend less time cleaning them and stuff. I often find myself on the tube, and if someone steps on my shoe, I'm like, oh, God, don't worry about it. And the second they turn, I'm like... and I'm, like, absolutely livid, so I need to work on that a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's next?
I did a film last year that's coming out called Midsummer, and that's directed by Ari Aster, who directed Hereditary. It's a story about a group of students who travel to Sweden as part of their kind of summer holidays / studies, and things slightly kind of go awry. And I guess if you've seen Hereditary, which is quite a dark kind of horror film, you can kind of sort of piece together the sort of direction it goes in.
Are you killed or killer?
I can't say.
I'm gonna guess killer.
Okay.
But I think you start off as kind, quite a nice fella.
Right.
And then suddenly...
just start dicing people up. You may or may not be right.
And then do you know what happens right at the end?
What happens?
Your old mate rocks up.
Oh.
On his motorbike, went, it's all right, mate, I know a place we can hang out.
Sidecar into the sunset.
And I kidnap you, and you live in my house.
Right. It got scarier.
Thank you very much for coming on. You're absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Will Poulter!